Little Happy Octopi Shop. Why does this Comfort Wish life sign look more like a violent grip than a comforting grasp? V-Mouth. Rain Wetter Report. She clearly saw this man before running into him. With this reaction, you have to wonder if this is her first time at one of these stations. I don't know what's more impressive, the abnormally thin flower stem or the abnormally thin lamp handle. Either way, you know that one of those is going to break the moment it touches the outside temperature. Cats in anime are brave. Here, that cat would have been on the roof before I entered the block. Cue the spontaneous bouncy music. Did her skirt get shorter or did her butt get longer? Wait, this small mansion is a student dorm? Not knocking before trying and failing to open the front door. Personally, I understand always leaving early to go somewhere, but 2 hours? Damn, girl. Dude invites her in and then just stands directly in front of her like an asshole. Ore, no! If school uniforms in America looked anywhere near as cool as these, I would have never had a problem with school uniforms. How hot do they keep that water if she's starting to pass out by herself in that room? What outdated version of Microsoft Works processor is he using? She has got to be curving inward at both her head and groin in order to get that simultaneous upward angle at her crotch and downward angle at her cleavage. She is upset that her brother did not try to peek on her bathing. Looks like you've got a bit of a rash on that flawless, glossy skin. Well, even if he did peep on you this time, now you just look sad. I did a quick Google search after this wolf howl and found out that most Japanese wolves have been extinct for a century or so. They just struck a deal where she'll have to give up trying to share a bed with him and he'll listen to whatever she has to say as long as it's not crazy by his standards. Pretty one-sided deal on his part. She's surprised when her brother, who has so far turned down 2 given opportunities to peek on her bathing and turned down the offer to share beds with her, does not want to have sex with her. Okay, so even if they weren't brother and sister, and they both had feelings towards one another, she, as she puts it, prepared her body and soul for this to be her first night, on the first night of them seeing each other after 6 years. Kind of overly ambitious, wouldn't you say? And a miso soup! I know these probably taste delicious, but they look gross. This scene, where she's trying to explain what a brother complex is, has him not listening to her at all throughout it, meaning that the agreement they made the night before is either void, or the definition of topics that can be considered crazy is completely under his judgment. Either way, dick move. She asks for a hug for making him this big breakfast. He turns her down, and she apologizes, saying she got carried away, and he condescendingly agrees. Dick move. This plank of wood moves for no reason other than to show that the building is old and falling apart, but then shortly afterwards a cat runs across it. Why not just have the cat be the thing that causes the plank of wood to shift? It would still give the same message. We're about to get some interesting backstory about how she feels he rescued her from a different family she was staying with until now, but he cuts her off and it's never heard of again. Blushy face. He has some amazing reflexes there. I'm just going to add them to his list of abilities as I play out in my head the whole unexplained rescuing her from another family backstory. Getting too invested in these 2 characters? Suddenly side characters! I sure hope there's a good explanation for that eye patch. Maybe she's part of that other family. So do they all live together in the dorm because they're the student council, or are they the student council because they all live together in the dorm? There are 4 girls with him, and not only are they making him carry everything by himself, but they're mocking him for asking for help. I love her hair, but there's an overall glow to her color scheme that makes her seem like she might be a ghost. I can dig it. Murloc fin soup? Anime food! They're all going to let this food get cold while they argue about who gets to sit next to him, when it would be much faster for him to sit here and then have them decide which 2 will get to sit next to him. Yeah, she has the whole brother complex thing, but these girls are saying she doesn't get that option to sit next to him just because she's his little sister? He goes through this long, kind-worded spiel about how she will always be important to him and how he loves her, obviously getting her hopes up, and then he crushes them all immediately. This guy is a dick. I love it when the first episode of an anime plays the show's OP for the first time as its credits, but this little boxed version of random clips feels kind of cheap when they could have just played the intro cinematic as well. Oh well, it's still cool.